next guest reviews films for KTLA, our sister station in Los Angeles. And now he's the host and producer behind a 4-part docuseries highlighting the year in movies in 1982. Take a sneak peek.
We went over and stood in line at the Cinerama Dome with everybody else for 3 hours to see E.T. People were screaming, they were crying, they were applauding.
It was the discovery of that summer. I'm getting chills even thinking about it. It was one of the most magically transporting movies I'd ever seen.
No matter who you were or what ethnicity you were, you could see yourself in that story. That's what made E.T. so special.
And our CW family member, Scott Movie Mantz, is here with us this morning with the lowdown on his series, Greatest Geek Year Ever, 1982. Scott, thanks so much for coming in.
Hazel, Dan, it's so great to see you.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. PIX 11 Alive.
Oh my gosh, isn't that funny? You grew up watching us, huh?
Growing Star Trek, The Twilight Zone, The
Oh my gosh,
Honeymooners.
had it all.
But that was in 1982, and now here we are in 2023 to talk about 1982.
Yeah, why 1982? Why is it the biggest year for geek
Well,
movies?
when you look at the years that have often been hailed as the greatest movie years ever, you look at 1939 because of Gone with the Wind and Wizard of Oz and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. You look at 77, I mean, of course, 77, Star Wars and Close Encounters. But 1982 gets totally overlooked. When you look back on 82, you realize all the great movies that came out in 1982. Obviously, you have E.T., which we just saw, but also Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Both of those movies are Spielberg movies, and they came out 1 week apart.
Wow.
That's the focus of our first part of our docuseries, which is re-airing tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on the CW.
Right.
But look at the other films that just came out in the month of June of 1982.
Okay.
June 4th, the same day as Poltergeist, Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan opens.
Gosh.
So imagine being 13 years old, being a massive geek, and it's like, what do I see? Poltergeist or Star Trek II?
Right.
So I saw Star Trek, and I saw Poltergeist the next day.
Right.
But then the week after, the biggest movie of the year, E.T. the Extraterrestrial opens.
Which was
2
awesome.
weeks after that, Blade Runner, one of the greatest movies ever made, but it bombed in 1982.
Really?
And so did John Carpenter's The Thing. That was also a bomb.
The Thing.
Both of those movies are classics.
Yeah.
So those just came out in the month of 1982. The following week, you had Tron. I mean, look at all these great movies.
Why have we never talked about 1982?
Seriously.
That's why I'm here.
That's why by the way, I used to watch E.T. on loop when you had to rewind the movie, the film. I think I wore it out from rewinding it and rewatching it so many times. But your show, so this weekend, you're re-airing last week's tomorrow, and then this weekend you're taking a look at sci-fi, right?
Yeah, so the episode re-airing tomorrow night is about Poltergeist and E.T. The significance, like even in 82, Spielberg is still at the top of his game, but that was a milestone year for him.
Right.
Okay.
So this Saturday at 8 p.m. on the CW, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we're looking at the other great sci-fi movies like the ones I just mentioned, Tron, Blade Runner, Star Trek II. Also, the movie Megaforce, which is a total cult classic. You probably never heard of it.
I don't know
But the geeks know about it. Barry Bostwick stars in the film.
Barry Bostwick.
Barry Bostwick!
Oh my gosh.
He is hilarious in this interview. So we have interviewed, and we did this during the summer of 2021. We interviewed more than 100 of people who actually made these movies.
Right.
Yeah.
Actors like Dee Wallace, directors, producers, and writers, and also other pop culture personalities who love these movies. Even critics like the great Leonard Maltin, who is a legend.
Wow.
Yeah, we got the best of the best.
And you have some never before seen home videos or
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Oh my God, I love
you got to
you,
hear
Scott.
this. You got to hear it. So our fourth part, which is on comedies and horror films, which airs the last Saturday in July. Remember the movie Night Shift with Henry Winkler?
Yes.
And Love Brokers. so we interviewed Henry Winkler. Emmy winner Henry Winkler invited us into his home to talk about Night Shift, which was a great movie for him. Also, Ron Howard's first studio film that he ever directed. These guys love it. So Henry Winkler loved our interview so much. He shared with us that we are airing for the first time anywhere in the last 41 years his personal home movies that he shot behind the scenes of the making of Night Shift with Shelley Long, with Michael Keaton, and it's never been seen. And he shared it with us, and now we get to share it with the world.
I love it.
I'm excited to see
Henry
that.
Winkler's such a kind.
So nice.
So good. What would you say? I know we got to go, but what would you say the movie experience going to the movies in 1982 compared to today? Because I feel like people don't appreciate going today as they did back even when I was a kid?
That's a great question, Dan, because these days it's so easy. You buy tickets online, you get reserved seats, show up at the last minute or even after the coming attractions and sit down, which is so annoying. But in 1982, when you were a movie lover in 1982, you had to work for it.
Yeah.
You had to wait in line for hours and hours.
Yes,
in
I
hopes
remember that.
So that's what made it special. You had to work for it. Also, you got your gossip, your movie gossip, not online, not on social media. You had to get a magazine called Starlog to get your sci-fi movie gossip. You had to work for it. That's what was special. We capture the feeling of the time, what it was like to be a movie lover in 1982. So
Well,
there you go.
Thanks for taking us back in time.
Thank
I love
you
that.
for having me here.
All the
Can't
people
wait
that-
to
they
see
don't-
it.
People that don't appreciate the art of waiting in line to see a movie.
I know.
And going at midnight to see the first one.
Yes.
I did that when I was in
Exactly.
college.
That's what I'm talking
know.
about, Dan.
That's awesome.
You're
All
amazing.
right.
We like that. Come on back. Great to have you here.
Thank